Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Trillium Tarot. This is Stephanie, as always, and I am really excited to do the video for this deck. If you've seen if you watch my channel for any length of time, you probably already saw the video for the Practical Magic Inner Witch Oracle deck. So I happened to find the Practical Magic Inner Witch Tarot deck, and this is the first edition. So I am going to flip through the deck and the extra cards that came with it. Before I dive in, please do give the video a thumbs up. It's free to do. It really does help the channel. Go ahead and leave comments below the video, and I would love to interact with people who have watched the videos. So that would be really helpful. This deck comes with a cute little guidebook. It's very minimalistic, as you can see, with the black background. Flip through the extra cards before I actually do the tarot deck itself, because the extra cards are some different spreads with the different layouts of the card meanings or what the different layouts mean. And then there are a set of Sabbath cards. So we go from Yule to Imbolc. And I like the fact that it shows the, I don't even know what that's called on the astrology wheel, the corresponding segment of the wheel, I guess. It just is a good visual representation of the wheel of the year. And finally, it wraps up with a new moon card and a full moon card. So I think the new moon and the full moon cards could easily be incorporated with the tarot deck itself. I just happened to include them with the separate cards there. This whole deck, it's black. I love the gilding, the edges, the colorful edging, and the elemental symbols on the back of the cards. Trying to make sure I don't have any glare there. So I'll go ahead and I will set this card here because this will come into play as we look at the cards themselves. It'll make sense once we get there. But let's start going through the major arcana. The Fool, the Witch or the Magician, High Priestess, and the Empress. The Emperor, I really like the... Move this back just a little bit. I really like the fact that they're very simple imagery. Just some pieces of their traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck have been brought onto these cards. Lovers, and then the Chariot, which of course is a broomstick, a couple broomsticks. Strength, the Black Kitty Cat. The Hermit, Cycles, or the Wheel of Fortune, Justice, the Hanged One instead of the Hanged Man. I'm really going to have to watch this video, or this, I don't even have it on video, this movie. I remember really loving this movie, but it's been years since I have watched it. So I'm going to have to track that down on a streaming service or something. Star, the Moon, the Sun, Judgment, and finally, the World, with all of the elements within the circle. So now we will get into the minor arcana. And the reason I have this card sitting here right next to the deck is because you see, if you've read tarot for any length of time, you know that the Suit of Swords corresponds to the element of air. So all of these cards in the minor arcana here, they're not going to specifically say the Suit of Swords, but it will have some form of air reference. Like it's usually smoke from sage or incense on these cards. And you can see the tiny or the little Roman numeral at the top of the cards. So this probably isn't a deck that's best for beginners, but I just really love it. There's some incense. There's the 10. And I know somebody who's going to be kind of wound up that it's not called page, knight, queen, king. The names of the court cards are different. We go from initiate to apprentice to teacher to sovereign. So that's the suit of swords. Look at that. The court cards do have the corresponding swords. So as we get through these other ones, let's see if the other court cards have the wands, the cups, and so on. All right, so the suit of wands is the fire suit. And you can look over here and see the fire element there. So all of these cards are going to have some form of fire on them. In this case, candles. There's the 5 and the 6. So on all the way through the numbered cards of the minor arcana. And sure, there we go with wands. There's the initiate and the apprentice, the teacher, and finally the sovereign. The third suit is the suit of cups, which corresponds to the element of water over here. So you'll obviously see, this is an easy suit to tell. There are cups or cup-related implements on each of the cards. I just think it's really pretty with the black background and the simple illustrations. 10. Here we have the initiate, the apprentice, the teacher, and finally the sovereign. So we have one more suit to flip through. And I absolutely love this one. Excuse me. In the summertime, pretty much all summer, I disappear from YouTube because I love to be outside in the dirt playing with plants and so on. So the suit of pentacles corresponds to the element of earth. So just looking like at this particular image of the plant growing in somebody's hand makes me happy. Look at all that greenery. I am a Taurus, by the way, so I think that probably explains why I have such an affinity for the outdoors and for green and growing things. Here we have 7, 8, 9, 10. Pretty picture. And here's the initiate, the apprentice, the teacher, and finally the sovereign. Oh, and I just saw over on our little reference card over here, it does show the elemental symbols on the top 2/3 of the card, and then right below it, it does explain that, that the initiate is the pages, the apprentice is the knights, and so on. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I am going to have to hunt down the movie and watch it again. Please do, as I mentioned earlier, please do give the video a thumbs up because it truly does help the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.